everyone, I'm Steph and welcome to my channel where I am documenting rediscovering wellness and entrepreneurship without getting too overwhelmed. One tool that really helped me do this is actually the Oura Ring. So I've had the Oura Ring for about 6 months now. I got it last year during the Boxing Day sale, so I was able to get a little bit of a discount on it. In today's video, I wanted to tell you about my honest experience with this ring and kind of give you a very quick Apple Watch comparison and also show you what the wear and tear looks like on the ring after about 6 months or so. To kick things off, I wanted to give you some context about my lifestyle because this device is not for everyone, but hopefully understanding my lifestyle, my struggles can give you some perspective about where I'm coming from. I've grown up as a fairly active kid and brought that into my adult life. So I am now in my 30s and I went through so many different kind of fitness phases. I went through phases of waking up at 5 a.m. and going to F45 classes at 6 a.m. until I got a puppy and then I couldn't keep up with that lifestyle. I also went through phases of doing yoga for like 3 hours a day and I got burnt out from that. Also went through a phase of doing nothing, to be absolutely honest, and most recently at the beginning of this year, I went through a phase of training for a half marathon. So I think I finally feel somewhat balanced in my routine thanks to this ring, to be honest. In terms of my sleeping routine, it has been all over the place. I developed a little bit of a sleep anxiety. Basically started not being able to sleep because I was anxious about not getting enough sleep, if that makes any sense. Choosing the color was incredibly hard for me as a very indecisive person. It's a bit of a first word problems, but it took me quite a while to decide between the gold color and the silver color. I ended up going with the silver just because the gold just looked way too yellow on me. I don't know why it looks so good on the people online. I don't know if it's because the photos are edited or the lighting is making it look good, but I would say that the Oura Ring gold is closer to an 18 karat gold, and I typically prefer like the lighter 14 karat gold. I did hear that the rose gold might look a little closer to that, but there's no way that I was gonna pay the premium price for the rose gold because, disclaimer, the material is actually not real gold, which is another reason why I went with the silver color. I really wanted to like the gold color, but I also saw that the scratches show a little bit more on the gold rather than the silver. So again, just another reason to go with the silver in my personal opinion. So let's get into a very quick Apple Watch versus Oura Ring comparison. I feel like I could make an entire video about this, but the long story short is that the Apple Watch feels like a you're not doing enough tracker, and the Oura Ring is you might be doing too much tracker. Now, with that said, I think they both have their positive reinforcers that celebrate your wins and also the little reminders if you're not hitting your goals, but the way that they execute those things are very different. And I think, again, I'll need like a whole video to go deeper into that, but another way that I like to look at it is that the Apple Watch is mostly an activity tracker and the Oura Ring is a rest tracker. It all kind of comes down to what works for you and your goals and your lifestyle. I personally chose to keep both because I do find value in both of the devices at this point in my life. If it was me 5 years ago, I don't think I would have needed it. So again, it just really depends on where you're at in your fitness journey, what your goals are, what your lifestyle is like, in order to determine which device is best for you. For example, with my half marathon training, the heart rate features on the Apple Watch was very necessary. But if you're not really training for something specific and you're just going to the gym or walking outside just to get your body moving, you might not need the specificity of an Apple Watch. For activity tracking, specifically step counting, the Oura Ring counts literally every single step that you make, even when you go to the bathroom. So it might overestimate your step count a little bit. Personally, I kind of prefer that because it's a little bit more motivating. I find that the Apple Watch interface and user experience is a lot easier for tracking activity because I can can start something super easily on my watch screen. And for the ring, you do have to go to the app and click a few things in order to start your activity. Where the Oura Ring really shines is the sleep tracking. This brings me to the two next points: sleep tracking and comfort. So I'm grouping these two because the lack of comfort is kind of why I transitioned from an Apple Watch to an Oura Ring for daily wear and, again, sleep tracking. The Apple Watch just felt too bulky at night, and the Oura Ring was much more comfortable. I don't even feel it at night. For activity, I do have to take off the ring because one, I don't want it getting scratched with weights, and two, it's not really comfortable to like hold weights and hold a bar with jewelry on. The ring does look a little bit bulky at first when you get it, but I kind of got used to it, and it comes with these sizing beads, which is really perfect for when your finger does swell up a little bit, either when you work out or when it gets warmer during the summer. Next, we have the overall health tracking. So one cool thing is that the Oura Ring measures body temperature every single morning. One time it actually helped me realize that I had a fever while I was on vacation. I didn't have a thermometer on me. It also showed my temperature going back down when I started to feel better. So that was really cool. You can also connect the Oura app to the Natural Cycles app if you're using it for fertility or birth control, but I don't personally use it for that, so I can't give you any more information on that. It does have a built-in cycle tracking feature that actually works pretty well for me. I find that the algorithm is quite good. You do have to enter in some details about your cycle at the beginning, but then it'll give you some insights about your cycle and kind of predict when you're about to get your period. So I just like to track it that way instead of kind of using a whole different app. But I do want to look into the Natural Cycles app maybe one day. The Oura app super interesting to use. It really learns about you and your habit over time, and it releases kind of like new insights about your health. For example, the bedtime suggestions or period predictions are things that take a little time for the app to learn about you, but I find it really cool how it kind of rolls out new features once in a while, and it keeps it fresh and exciting, kind of like you're using a new app. What I like the most about the app is that it's not just throwing data at you, it's really providing insights based on your personal trends. It'll give you actionable items for you to try to improve on in regards to your personal lifestyle. Now for travel, so far this year, I've been really lucky to have gone on a few trips to Hawaii, Hong Kong, and China. And I actually found myself not wearing the ring very much when I traveled to Hawaii, just because I was pretty active. I was hiking, I was swimming in the ocean, and I didn't want to get the ring scratched or, like lose it in the ocean while I was on a boat. So I opted for the watch a lot more when I wanted to track things. I was hoping that I would wear it more for like sleep tracking, but honestly, because I wasn't really wearing it during the day, I just kind of forgot it about at night as well. So I basically didn't wear it during my vacation. However, when I was in Hong Kong and in China, so that was a little bit more like city traveling, I did wear my ring a lot. I wore my watch, I think, just for like gym tracking, but other than that, my ring was awesome for counting all the steps that we did during our travels. Overall, lately, I think I find myself wearing the Oura Ring way more than my Apple Watch during the day. Again, it's my kind of like go-to for daily wellness tracking. If you're super active, you might still want the Apple Watch in order to track your workouts, but for everyday health monitoring, if you're someone who is, more focused on moving your body, going for walks, you're not really into tracking performance, the Oura Ring is the perfect tool for that. So back to the topic of sleep anxiety, I actually feel like it decreased my sleep anxiety drastically because I used to stress over the idea of like not getting enough sleep or something, and that in itself would make me not sleep well or not sleep enough. But when I started seeing the numbers, I was seeing that I was actually in fact sleeping like 7 hours and 8 hours, but I just really needed to fix my bedtime. After 6 months of daily wear and tear, this is what the ring looks like. As you can see, it does have some scratches, but you can't really tell from far when I'm wearing it. Anyways, that is it for today's video. I hope you liked it and learned a lot. And if you found any of what I just said helpful, I will see you in the next video.